Just turn the camera to the starting line.
Change the course. They moved it right a pitch.
So this will be race 6. Tom Vandermill and Steve Tickner, Vintage Gold Cup Live. This will be the final race. We do not have the official yacht scoring results yet. Now, if this doesn't warm you up, nothing will, folks. It's the Michigan Wolverines fight song, The Victors. The most famous. Oh, that's 4 minutes, Steve. The most famous.
I think we're closer to 4.
We're at 1. I can't see the flags. Okay, here we go. They're lining up. They're at 1. We had to run in and drop Ray off. So we are live. Start of race 6. So they're going to get a throw out in. So it's we haven't done the math on the boat because, quite frankly, I'm not taking my gloves off to do anything like that out here. Okay, it looks like a. It looks like a.
Great start. Was had by all. KR. The boat. Look at that. Shoot out.
So we have Paul Kayard started right at the boat. He won the boat by far. Arthur is to lure to him by a boat length or 2. And then George Szabo is punching out on Arthur. So Arthur's not going to be able to live in that lane too long. Szabo really got it cranked up. And Kayard's over. So he's seen enough of the luff today, Steve. Yeah. Paul Kayard is now going to the right.
Canada got buried in there. He is back over here.
Yeah, so Ross did not get off the line as well as the last race. And we'll see if he can crawl back in this. Arthur is tacked over. John McCausland is tacked over. And for the Mason group watching us, very, very sorry. It's Darren Mason. I don't know why I was saying Scott. And Nick Madagali, I think. Sorry, you guys. That's just bad reporting by me. Try not to. I don't know why I was saying that. Darren Mason. Well, or his middle name. How did I get Scott? Yeah, Steve's trying to figure it out too. It's just kind of the funny stuff that happens out here. I will say that Ross has tacked over to port now and is in the line coming over here. So he's, I would say a lot of the contenders here are getting to the right side. They saw enough of yesterday. And even Lars Grail, who was more to the middle, is tacked over. So all the leaders coming to the right at this point. That's Mike Hecky in the green boat that just tacked. We're going to pan to the right with our cameras. So we've dropped Ray off. So Brett now, our newest team member, has taken over Ray's camera work, and we're watching these guys go up. Okay, let's go back up here, right up here. That's Lars Grail, 5805, crossing in front of us. And Ross McDonald, you can see now back on the starboard in the breeze. So he didn't like what was happening getting across this lake, so he's going to go up to the left on starboard tack. actually, Steve, another boat I hadn't talked about is Mark Reynolds. He's kind of grooved up here so he's kind of the windward boat of this group going right, and he just got some wind maybe that no one got. He's looking really good. So and right above Mark, a little behind, is Lars Grail. So we are right located in the middle of the beat here, I would say. Just kind of finding a spot to report from. You can see the boats going to the right. That group includes Arthur Anderson. Steve, I can't even talk anymore. Arthur Anderson. Jeez. Leif Carlson. Paul Kayard is down there. George Zabo's down there. Further up the line, you've got Mark Reynolds, Lars, and then Ross McDonald has gone far to the left. So, Steve, as I'm looking up to the left side of the race course now, that is Ross McDonald kind of on the weather side of this group, and you can see his Canada sail there in breeze. So right now, the right, well, this will be very interesting. It looks very square, and it's just they're all kind of got the same angle. It's going to be really wind in here. The thing with the left side, you look good early, and then it just gets all swirly and stuff with this big point up there and tree lines. And it just, sailing in that shore, yeah, you can win the race. You sure can. But I've lost a lot up there as well. So Steve does have the Michigan game on for anyone that wants to know. If you're locked into our coverage and want to know the Michigan score.
No, I'm good. Thank you, though.
So the righties have all tacked over. They are in pressure, and they are up at this point. It's just going to be very interesting as they all converge on this weather mark.
Who do you think's leading, Tom? You have to guess.
I want to say Arthur is leading the race at this point. He is the weather boat on the far right side, but these guys in the middle, it's just whether that's going to hold or not. And then the left is... Huh? No. Yacht scoring didn't have...
He got it first.
You want to start working on that?
Yeah. Well, let me go back to the score.
I just didn't want... I'm not taking my hands out of my gloves to do that. To pull a pencil out of my bag.
Michigan first at 10 on the 17.
Okay. On the Penn State 17?
Yep.
Okay, so Ross McDonald is tacked back over, which would indicate he didn't like what was happening. He's going to crawl back into the shore and hopefully get something. And he's back over. So, boy, he's caught in the middle, Steve. And we've also been in the middle of this. You either have to be left or right. And you don't want to be in the middle. And you can kind of see these boats in the middle. Don Parfit, Ross. That's Doug Smith in 4507. Right in front of us. That's a pretty boat. It's a Lippincott. And that's Jack Rickard, 4663 in front of us, sailing with Arthur Brown. They've had fun. It was fun having Jack Rickard on the set yesterday at Vintage Gold Cup Live. He's just seen a lot of sailing. Steve, did you say he's been struck by lightning how many times?
2 or 3.
2 or 3?
Yeah, it's all here in the Midwest. I believe.
You ask him about that, or
He didn't. Well, I just know it, but have to find out more.
I want to say that Miles Pritchard has more problems with his boat. He's going over to the left.
Yeah, he's retired. Getting into the shore to stay out of.
Or he can't tack. Okay, just almost auto tack. So it's getting real puffy up here. Dark clouds rolling in. You can probably hear the wind on the microphone. Just nothing we can do about it. We're going to get rolling here.
What about Pink Lady here?
Yeah, Darren Mason is I think right now, looking at it, he could be winning this race.
Red boat. Weather.
That's Tomas Hornos.
One to the weather of him. He's probably got a little better angle. Put my money on this guy here. Who's this time?
And that is,
Wow.
is that Greg Smith?
That's a breeze right there.
I think that's Greg Smith, Steve.
Well, a little local knowledge never hurts.
You can confirm some of that. Just take one.
127. Greg Smith.
So I will tell you, this is where the left, at least right now, paid off, and it hung on. And the guys now, Greg Smith went the farthest left. He's a local sailor, and right now, as we're looking at it, he'll be the first one to the weather mark.
Canada's worked its way into the top 6.
Yeah, so Greg Smith, was the far left boat, stayed left of everybody, and has now just had a huge lift and in wind the whole way. So you got Arthur in the 3rd or 4th spot here, coming up to the. He's on. I don't know if he's on the ley line, Steve. No. Arthur's had attack. Wow, and that is right in front of Tomas. Yep, both of them tacked. Yep, they weren't quite there. So you've got Greg Smith rounding at first, Darren Mason in second. Again, for the Mason group, very sorry about. No, I haven't seen him.
Huh? Yeah.
So Arthur did make it.
That feels good right there. Yeah, these guys have had trouble.
So in 3rd is Arthur, 4th is Tomas Hornos, 5th, 3710. Is that Babel?
Hold on. It is. Babel.
And then Lars Grill right behind him. Ross McDonald is in 7th. So Lars and Ross are right next to each other, and Arthur at this point's got 2 boats in between them. So this is going to be a tight race with these guys. You got Szabo, Buckingham, Carlson.
This will be a 5-leg course. They'll finish right up in front of the club again.
Kayard. So Paul and Danny are going to have some work to do, Steve, to get this.
Yeah. Get another wreath.
Miles Pritchard's coming in. I'm not sure what happened with him.
He's got mechanicals.
He's got mechanicals. That's what they call him here. It's like he needs a pit stop. So we're going to head back downwind as soon as possible. Oh, good job, Tom Hurwitz. Thank you, buddy.
What was the question?
McDonald has a 4-point lead over Arthur after the throwout.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
That's our man on the spot.
That's really
Thomas
good.
Hurwitz.
Yeah.
So he's the first one to get yacht scoring.
So we met Tom Hurwitz, Steve, in out east, I think. Woo! Oh, geez.
Sorry.
Yeah. We met him with Mike Blackwood sailing in 210 Nationals.
Yep.
Good sailor, good guy.
Stopped him on 3rd and 1. Boom.
So Steve is now commenting on 2 games.
Yeah, that's a punt.
It's hard to do. It's hard being us.
Got to be agile, nimble, and quick.
Right. I need to get more depth.
So we're going to get back downwind, trying to stay out of people's boat and Judge's way.
Uh-oh, we got a broken mast in the middle of the fleet. That could be Babel, right here,
I don't see him.
right there, right out in front of Ferrari.
Oh,
So
wow.
we probably better get over there. We got a boat moving in. Just make sure we render assistance. We got a broken mast.
Yep, broken mast on the course. We're going to get up there and see what's going on.
Looks like
Well-
Parker's in it.
Well, was Greg Smith up there,
It's
too?
either Greg or Babel.
It is a red boat. We're going to try to get up there. We've got boats still kind of screaming downwind.
We got a broken mast in the middle. Trying to raise. Okay. We're trying to render assistance. Yeah, there you go. Ouch. Nobody's in the water, are there? I see one person. You see two?
No, I see one. That is Greg Smith.
We'll let them go. If they can.
If they can get trying to get that main
Yeah.
in a
I don't think
manageable
you can get it
position.
down. You just got to get that spar to the back.
Yep.
Or just tow a line on, hook a line onto him and tow him the fuck in.
Yep, so that was the race leader, Greg Smith. We didn't see what happened. It is very puffy out here, I will say that.
They're
Just
both
make-
accounted for.
Yep,
so
they are
we're
both
good.
accounted
We're
for
good
and
there.
well, so. Billy, we can head back down.
Those even have a way to pull it. There we go. Okay, we're good.
So it just tells you the pups out here are whammies.
No, that's Donnie. Look, he's got a problem over here. get him? Is that Ann? Yeah, we got Jimmers going in.
So it was interesting talking to Brother Jimmer about these wooden boats and how unstable
John's got
they
a
are.
problem here, so let's go. Maybe we go over. And another one. Board boat. Oh boy. Fred took his tow line with him. Do you have one? They're supposed to have tow line.
That's right. We want to ask them for assistance.
All right, so we may be having to help boats out here. John, you need help? He's all right.
Are you guys okay? All right.
All right, they're okay. We're going to keep going down the run here. It's just these pups are massive for these wooden boats. It looks like Tom Londrigan is sailing in. He may have a... See, for all you good folks saying, I want to come to the Vintage Gold Cup.
No, that's the same one. Never mind.
Okay. No, it's the same one.
Okay.
So, but John's going back in.
He's under power, so he's good.
We got one finger.
He's been kind of flailing around. He couldn't jibe, so he did. It's obviously more than 14. This is when you just go.
So 4876 looks like that's Dick Parker. So they come around the mark. Darren Mason appears to be in first. Arthur's hot on his trail, along with, it looks like Lars Grail. So those are your top three boats right now.
Well, that's what the forecast said.
Hey, let's go back up this way, if you can, because I think the race is taking place up here.
Wow, look at this, man. This is
Up here.
This is blowing.
It's significant. White caps well over. It's probably blowing 15. So the
I'd
wind
say more than that.
15 to 20.
Yeah.
Puffs are way over that. So just in the last 20 minutes, the wind has come up significantly. We've got carnage on the race course. We've got a broken mast. We currently have 1, 2, 3 boats trying to get into the shore. All of them under sail, so they seem okay. This regatta is really well done when it comes to crash boats and stuff. So everyone appears to have a boat around them. It should be okay. We're going to stay out here and give you live race coverage. Ross McDonald is going to the right. Arthur's coming up the middle. This will be the last beat of the day. Man, Steve, is it? I think they're going to finish up here, right?
They're scheduled for 5 legs, and this is only 3. I don't think they've got time to show.
No.
Maybe they're going to finish it down there, but they still have to beat back up.
Yeah.
Committee boat is moving.
So in this wind, it's a survival game too.
Yeah.
So you've got Lars Grail, Darren Mason, kind of on the left side of the group. They've got a good angle and both in good pressure. Arthur is to lure to them up the middle of the course, and he looks like he's in good pressure, about same pressure, same angle. And then you've got Ross McDonald on the far right side. And so we'll see how he does over there. He is in bigger pressure. He looks to have the best pressure right now. So
The committee boat is coming up, but not for a finish up here. If there's no way they could make it. So they're going to go down and back up again.
I'm surprised they're going to make the sailors do that with mass braking. But that's okay. I'll tell you, this race committee is excellent, and I will in no position to question what they're doing whatsoever. They're very good, they're very talented, and they know what they're doing. So, Steve, this is just a very, very close race. The leaders are so spread out on the course that it's just hard to say. To me, Arthur is moving good, but he doesn't quite have the angle that Ross has down on the right. So to me, Ross is closing the gauge there, and then Darren Mason's up here on the left on a high angle and good breeze. So Arthur's over. And I know he's watching Mason up here just... There you go.
Big day for sailing.
So, Steve, from my view right now, I think Darren Mason is taking over the lead. We'll just see if Ross can get anything over there. And Arthur's struggling in the middle here. So, Ross has tacked over. And this is kind of what Greg Smith did up this beat. You know, he was on the left side of the fleet and just had a huge angle coming up. And the big crossing here is going to be between Ross and Arthur. And boy, I think Ross McDonald has Arthur. So the fleet's really spread out here, so this is about as close as we can get to the lead group. Okay, and Ross has tacked either right on Arthur or lee bow. I can't tell. But they're close together, so they're going to stick real close together. The whole fleet on port tack right now. And as they get closer and closer to the shore, the wind won't be as strong, but you still have these massive puffs ripping through the trees. And Darren Mason is really pushing out here.
Anastasia says race abandoned. Sicola? That's her last name. Yeah, her race committee. Thank you, Anastasia.
Okay, so the race has been abandoned. I don't know if the leaders know that or not. Maybe they do. We did not. We did not know that. So I guess. Is it Ross?
Well, wasn't he up by 4 points?
That's what.
Thomas Irwin updated and said Arthur and Lars are separated by 1 point. That's going to be down to the wire.
It will be down to the wire. Okay, good job. Good job, Tom.
So it's over.
Thank you, Tom.
And the race just got abandoned. You can join us next year out here. Bring a heavy coat. So just too much wind for these boats, you guys. Again, we didn't have our radio. Fred had to leave early. He has our radio and everything, so a race to the hoist. Boy, a catastrophic breakdown for Greg Smith today. He sailed great. He was winning the first race, and as far as we know, just got hit by a big puff, and that was it.
Pedro Trucci says, let the boys play.
It's not about the boys, it's about the boats. That's the problem.
Thank you, Pedro. Okay, Michigan's up 6-0. So, really good racing today, everyone. We are at the dock. Boats are coming in. It really is, once you get out of the wind, so we're on the offshore breeze here, it is beautiful watching these colorful boats come in. Thank you very much, everyone who viewed us through the racing. We've got one more show to do tonight. That will be at Meet the Boats. We will be in coat and tie for that. We'll try to talk to the race winners and some very interesting people coming up like Mike Ward. We might have Dave Caesar on again.